Coming soon listings have become very popular over the past year, and they're a great way to pre-advertise a property that is not yet available to be seen. But what are they, and what do you need to look out for if you're a buyer or a seller that's about to put your house on the market? That's what we're going to talk about today. Coming soon home listings are listings that are getting ready to come on the market, but won't be available for sometimes a couple days, 4 or 5 days, sometimes a couple of weeks. What's important to know about coming soon listings, and the question I get asked a lot about, is when can I see it? Well, you can't see a coming soon listing until it's actually officially listed on the market. When the property is officially listed as available, then we can start establishing appointments, setting appointments, requesting showings, and every seller does it a little bit differently. A very common practice we've seen over the last year is that sellers will put their house on the market, they'll have a coming soon campaign, and then it'll become active, but the showings won't actually start until a couple days later at an open house. Sometimes they will start immediately as soon as the house goes on the market. That's something that your agent will have to check with the seller's agent to find out what the requirements are for seeing the property. Now, some coming soon listings are listed in MLS as coming soon. Not all are. Some are just listed in the property websites, the most popular ones, the Zillows, the Trulias, Realtor.com, and the like. And those will only be available on a case-by-case basis. They're not widespread available. My advice, and the thing that I tell my clients, is if you see something, to let your agent know as soon as possible. As a side note, I highly recommend a buyer who is out in the market now, that's actively out looking for a home, lock in with an agent. Lock in with an agent that you get by way of referral. If you know a family or friend that's had a good experience with a real estate agent, try to find somebody that you trust, somebody who's being proactive full-time in the business. That's very important right now because of the speed of the market. And then once you lock in with that agent, let that agent know as much information as possible about your home search so that you don't leave any stone left unturned. An active agent in this market is invaluable. I know personally, I'm up at the crack of dawn looking for property listings. As soon as I see something that is of interest, I'm immediately flagging it, making a note to call the agent as soon as the agents are available to take phone calls. And really try to be proactive in terms of getting to that agent so we don't lose our opportunity. Oftentimes what I'll see, I see this on the listing side as well, is a property will go on the market if a buyer does not have representation. By the time they see the property in a public MLS listing, by the time they see it and then make the phone call to the listing agent, the property's already gone. And properties, the ones that are priced right, show well, they're selling within a couple days in this market. So it's really crucial that you have an agent that's going to be proactive on you. And the coming soon listings are a huge key to getting your foot in the door, to know whether those properties, to have an inside scoop on when those properties are coming on the market. Another question I get asked a lot is if a property is listed as coming soon. It's not technically on the market, so you can't see the property, but maybe the buyer says, you know what, I've driven by it, or maybe I've even been, I'm familiar with the family and I know the house, or I'm just so, interested in that particular neighborhood, I'm willing to buy it sight unseen. So they ask about making an offer, not seeing the inside of the property, providing that they can do a home inspection or something of that nature. And I will tell you that in this market, typically sellers don't go along with those offers. The market being that it is so competitive, if the property, again, is priced right, shows well, it's almost guaranteed to have a good draw at the first public viewing with multiple offers. The first offer that comes in, especially by a buyer that is sight unseen, that might get cold feet and back out after they see the property, accepting that, not knowing if another offer comes in after the property goes on the market that might be higher and better, that's typically, a seller won't take that gamble. That's not to say that if a client instructs me to make an offer, I certainly will do that. I'll follow their lawful instructions. But it's not necessarily going to be something that will be successful at, because typically the buyers won't do that until, they want to make sure that they get the best possible scenario, best terms, price and terms by their buyer for their personal situation. So that's an overview of the coming soon listings. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out, and happy house hunting.